Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Xochitl. If you are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can keep up with all of my videos, especially if you love affordable makeup tutorials, reviews, demos, hauls, and fun videos like today. I wanted to do a Dia de los Muertos makeup tutorial. This is not a Halloween tutorial. This is celebrate Dia de los Muertos, plus I'm posting this after Halloween on purpose so that for those of you who want to kind of put something together really quickly and celebrate Dia de los Muertos. I bought maybe just one thing, and that is the kind of like foundation base. Everything else is makeup that I already have. So if you follow me here, maybe you have some of these products too, but definitely, use what you have, improvise, make it your own. This is on a budget, not doing anything crazy. I wanted to go a little bit crazier, but I was like, okay, let's get this one down. A little budget. Let's use what we have because we've got all the crafts in the world here, and next year we'll step it up a notch. But this is my first time doing one, and I love these looks. I love the tradition of Dia de los Muertos, celebrating the people that we may have lost, people that have been very important in our lives. I love especially who loves the movie Coco. Oh my god, that one is like the best Disney movie ever, and I don't know how anybody cannot cry during that movie, but I kind of love, the message they gave within that movie and how they kind of explained Dia de los Muertos to kids and families and just of different cultures as well. I thought it was just so beautiful. So I was like, man, I want to, kind of do a look myself. I feel like maybe when we're younger, we would, kind of do this more. So I was like, you know what? I want to do it now. So you guys want to see how I get my Dia de los Muertos look together, then just keep on watching. So you can either use a white or a nude colored pencil. This is kind of going to be like my tracer, so I can kind of outline everything and then kind of go in with it. And it's just a little bit more like mistake proof. So if you mess up, you can't really see it as if you were to go in black. If you're a pro, feel free, do you. So I'm just going to outline real quick where I'm going to do my eyes, just so I have an idea where basically I don't have to color in with the foundation. And you could totally use like white face paint, but I feel like everyone who I hear that uses, it's not only for like Dia de los Muertos looks, but I feel like for just Halloween looks, whenever they use like those white face crafts, like they're just so hard to get off. So I'm really just trying to use as much makeup as possible. The other things we're going to use are some beads that we're going to glue on with Lash Glue. So we'll see how that part should be interesting. And so right now I'm just going to concentrate on the eyes. So it's kind of going to be just like a regular one of my makeup tutorials, but we are going to bring on the drama. So I'm just going in with my L'Oreal. This is the Infallible Full Wear Concealer, and we are using this as an eyeshadow base. If you want to use whatever eyeshadow base you have, this is just, like I said, we're trying to keep it affordable and on a budget. And this is just my favorite full coverage and matte concealer for creating a base. So the colors are going to stand out because you got the coverage, and it's matte, so it's not gonna crease, slip and slide everywhere. So the palette that I'm going to use is the Colourpop Yes Please palette. I'm just going to take this white shade and I'm just going to set the eyes. Going to be really easy, but we're going to be glam. I wish I had bigger lashes. Actually, maybe we can find some. Wish I had my Betty Bees, but we're going to do what we can here. I'm going to go in with this brown shade just for like a nice transition. And I mean, you can do less with the eyes if you want. You can just do all black. But I am going for a red color scheme here. So of course, we're going to do the lid. So I'm just going to do one eye on camera just to save us some time. Because I'm not sure how, I'm not sure. We're going to wing it. But basically, I feel like if you have always wanted to paint on a face, you just love how paints glide on, how makeup glides on, and you want to get really creative, I think Dia de los Muertos look is perfect. This is your chance. So now, if you've seen my Hot Cheetos makeup tutorial, the latest one that I did, I'll link it down below. Kind of very similar. We're going to add a little couple extra steps. I'm going in with the Colourpop liquid lipstick in collaboration with Iluvsarahii in the shade Arriba as my red base. This is really going to help this lid shade stand out. Less is more, little by little. I'm just going to take any tiny little brush and just kind of spread this out. And like I said, take your time. Definitely try to go under where your lid would crease, that little crease area. Because this is just going to be that base, because we're going to want to kind of diffuse this color out. Well, whatever color we set on top. I'm just patting that in. Now, because we could basically cheat, we can go a little bit higher. Because we're going to fake the lid. It's not like you're going to see our brows. You're not going to see anything. You're going to create a larger lid space. And I feel like if you feel like you messed up, I feel like there's no such thing. Go with it. This is an artistic look. It's your look. Do with it as you please. But yeah, that's basically where I'm just like patting this in until it kind of dries out. So next I'm going to go back into that palette and I'm going to take this red shade and just a flat shader brush, and I'm just going to pack that on top to make it even more intense. Next, because we want to diffuse that, I'm going to go in with a smaller definer brush and I'm just going to blend out the edges. And I want a small brush just so I can really kind of see where I'm going and really just be a little bit more precise. And I kind of don't mind too harsh of lines here because everything else is going to be really intense, so you like might not even notice when I kind of cover it up. But just to add something. Pretty simple. What I want to do to step it up yet another notch, I want to add a little bit of shimmer. So I'm going to go in with Profusion Cosmetics, the Sienna's palette, and I'm going to take a little bit of this shade Bite. And I just want, just with my finger, or if you have some Fix Plus, I just want some, I don't have like a glitter red pigment. So this will just give it, it's a little bit more cranberry, but it'll work. And you can go in with some Max Fix Plus if you want, but as you can see, this works too. Okay, I'm just gonna go and finish up the other eye and I'll be right back. So what I do also want to do, I want to bring it down here. Careful with this part in the liquid lipstick, but this honestly does make a difference with how the red stands out. And I really hope this comes off tomorrow for work. Going in with a little bit of that red just to pack that on. Next, I'm using foundation. You don't have to do this part, but I'm gonna take a little bit of the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. Just kind of used this before. I feel like maybe do this if you are going to go out and be out and about. I feel like my foundation just glides on a little bit better, especially since I am using maybe more matte foundations. This will just help it not like lay right on top of my skin. So because I want to not use white face paint, you totally can't. I just hear really bad things about it and how it just makes you break out and stuff like that. I want to use a foundation, and I know a lot of companies do have really, really light pale foundations. So I actually decided to get my lightest foundation just so you don't have to buy a whole new foundation. I picked out my lightest foundation, and what I decided to do, I was just going to either get like a really light shade concealer and mix it almost white, but what I found at my CVS is LA Girl Pro Colors. They have a mixing foundation, a white foundation. So they had two options. They had like a white concealer, and they had this white mixing foundation that they have like different ones of different mixing colors, like a blue and orange if you kind of want to add those undertones. So I was like, well, let me add the white, and it says it should work with like most foundations. So basically what I want to use is majority of this and just a little bit of this, just because I don't know if this is exactly a foundation formula or is it just like a pigment formula. So I've never used this. I just bought it today. So let's see. It is white. And if we can get just white, that's totally fine. Just a little bit of this. And let's mix that. Okay, so it's pretty like white with some coloring. So we're just gonna go ahead and paint this on and see how it goes. I'm gonna go ahead and take a sponge. Interesting. I know sometimes people say when you use like a white mixing foundation, it sounds about right, you know, like to lighten a foundation, but I feel like color-wise not really, because foundations really come with like undertones, you know, so white isn't exactly going to make it a perfect warm shade, a light shade. So sometimes I've heard that, you know, this can in turn just turn your foundation gray, lighter gray, but in this case that's okay. We want the white pretty much. Maybe even for other Halloween costume ideas this might work. I'm gonna use that tiny little brush to get around my outlines. It's kind of like working with a cake. Kind of got your crumb layer first, and then you kind of go in with the second layer. Your crumb coating, and then you get your nice second layer to even everything out. Now that we look like this, pretty crazy, I am going to go in with a charcoal pencil. This is my L'Oreal Voluminous Smoldering Pencil, eye pencil, and I'm just gonna go in and kind of re-outline where the black will be. Now that we have the hollows of the eyes carved out, I'm going to take a black gel eyeliner, and we're just going to go ahead and paint that in before we set it with the powder. So just any pencil and commence coloring. Try not to get the red. We've got the black going on. What I did also, as I had the eyeliner, just added a tiny little line on my lash line, and we've added some lashes because come on, we're gonna be glam. Now to set the black and add a little bit more darkness, I'm gonna go in with a black eyeshadow. Feel free to use whatever black eyeshadow you want. I'm going in with the Wet n Wild. This is my Glamour Squad palette, and I'm just gonna go in with their black. This is $5 palette, by the way, which if you've seen my channel here, you know this is an awesome palette, a great dupe for Anastasia. Beverly Hills a Soft Glam. So just take some and then just start patting along, and basically what I'm doing is setting this and just kind of evening it out, so take your time. Now we're going to decorate outside of the eye area, and you can totally do this by hand if you want, but to make it a little bit quicker, I'm actually going to take these sequence beads, and to kind of something that's not so harsh on my skin but that normally goes on my skin, I'm going to go ahead and use some Lash Glue as my glue, not real glue. Lash Glue probably still isn't the best as well, but I mean, if you can use it for my eyelids, the sensitive area of my face, so might as well use it for around my face. So I'm just going to, and I kind of like that this is the brush tip, so I'm just going to hold it, just kind of brush some on. Makes it really easy. Should be interesting. It's going to take a while. Commence gluing around this perimeter of your face. And I would suggest putting on a really good show while you do this. So I'm just going to go all the way around. I have found that if you specifically, having this brush tip, specifically place the glue around the hole, it makes it that much easier. So when you stick it on, your finger does not stick to it. So I'm going to put on, finish watching some of This Is Us while we finish off around this eye and this eye. Even quicker, because ain't nobody got time to go one by one. What I'm doing is just painting on here and then just sticking the bad boy on and adjusting even quicker. Just a little tip from me to you. Okay, that took not too bad of a hot minute, but it definitely was a lot easier when I just kind of painted the glue on and then added. Painted the glue on and added. You can probably do a longer strip and add if you want. but I kind of like this. It just sparkles a little bit more. I have also some white beads too, so you could have done, you know, a mixture, but I want it red. I want the red to stand out. We're starting to come together a little bit. Now I want to start doing outlines around my face, so I want to do the nose. So there's a bunch of different renditions you can do for the nose. You can do just straight. I am going to outline it once again before going in. So let's outline and let's paint. Going back in with that Maybelline gel, and honestly it's going to be so interesting to take off. Ugh, I really feel my eyebrows are glued down. Once again, let's powder that down with Wet n Wild's black eyeshadow. Let me tell you, $5 is black eyeshadow. Perfect. Okay, so now here's where I kind of want to add my skeleton contour, structure the face a little bit, and then we can kind of paint on some designs. So I just want to quickly sketch that out with this pencil. I kind of think I know where I'm going, but I want to make sure we're just kind of even on both sides. And because basically we're going to have it connect to the mouth, just do a quick line so you can kind of figure out. Couple of things I want to do here. I kind of want to add a little bit of red for a fade, so I'm going to sharpen this line with a little bit of liner, but I do want to get that red fade, so I'm just going in with that red eyeshadow so we can have some more red accents. We're just going to kind of color in a little bit. So like I said, we're going to do fades. It's going to be a little deeper and it's going to transition down a little bit lighter. So now I'm just going to bring it down, no additional product, and we're even going to do a little bit of black fade on there too. So now that we got that line, I want to define it, and I'm just taking a more pointed brush and we're just going to go in and outline that. Kind of going to start fading it down just a little bit, so I'm just bringing little tiny strokes down because we're going to add a little bit of black shadow there. Since I want to fade, just taking a Morphe M433 and setting, but also, like I said, adding that fade. Kind of adding that shading over the red and under the black outline. So I think we're going to go ahead and do the red lipstick while we figure out what the rest we're going to do with the face. I'm going to go back in to that Colourpop Arriba. We're going to let that dry down. We'll go in, you know, insert some lines, maybe some black in the middle, kind of do a fade there. I think the rest of the face is really the opportunity for you to make it your own. So honestly, just like create some lines, create some colors, create something. So I'm just going to freaking go for it. So I went in, the red was a little bit too bright for me, so I actually went in with black, didn't like it, took it off, went back in with the red, so I kind of like that a little bit better, so it kind of gives it like a little bit of like an outline, a little bit like deader red, a little bit darker, so I kind of like that better. All right, and then I think I'm gonna add another little bead right here. Now that the lips are pretty much, whatchamacallit, dry, I'm gonna go in and with something a little bit more precise, like a liquid liner, I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of like add lines. And just go ahead and add your flower crown. This is my DIY flower crown. Super simple and easy and affordable. Everything is from the Dollar Tree. Basically what I bought is one of their headbands, not the plastic ones, one that has like felt or something around it. And then I just bought a variation of like 3 different types of bouquets of flowers, took them apart, hot glue gunned it. Super easy. You can definitely get more intricate if you want. You can just do just the red, but you know, why are we going to do just red? Add a little pop of something since we have a lot of red going on. But this is my basic bitch. The other Los Muertos face look. I told Frankie, I was like, I don't know, should I add more? I feel like I need to add a little bit more. Feel free to add more designs, get more intricate with it. I think next year I definitely want to do some more beading, some more like elegant beads, but just have fun with it. I feel like this is just one of those kind of like when you're coloring in those like calaveras and sugar skulls and everything, but on your face. So I think it's so fun. Comment down below if you guys recreate this look. Tag me on Instagram, on Snapchat. My handles are down in the description box. But I hope you guys enjoyed this look. I definitely had a lot of fun. It is almost 11 p.m. at night and now I've got to wash my face. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up if you want to see more of these fun videos, and I'll see you guys next time.